Hello there, and welcome to this timeless pick a card reading. This is just a general message, a general energy, whatever pile that you feel most drawn to. Go ahead and listen to that. If you feel drawn to more than one, timestamps are below. Go ahead and watch what you feel called to. And if you don't feel called to any of this, if nothing sticks out or it looks confusing to you, I like to trust my very first instinct, but it may not be the reading for you at this time. All right, so we've got group 1 here, group 2, group 3, and group 4. We'll go ahead and begin here with group 1. Hello, group 1. All right, let's go ahead and see what your message is. Nice. So group 1, it might have taken you guys a lot of time or a while for some kind of an offer to come in or to be made, or for progress to be made around some kind of a dream, a hope, a wish, something that you've wanted in your life. You've got Aquarius energy and Earth energy here at play. Doesn't mean that you have to be one of those signs or dealing with them, but these are the energies at work here. So there could also be something about earning money with a hope, wish, or dream, a heart's desire, something like this. And maybe that's taken a long time, or it's taking a long time, or progress is slow. But you should know that even if progress is slow, it is very stable, it is very solid, it is very strong, and there is actually something here, even if it takes time, okay? So it's really important for you guys to know that. Keep going, don't give up. It doesn't mean that we don't need to do things on the side in the meantime to support or something. But whatever this is, I do feel you receiving an offer, making an offer, or things moving. It's just moving at a slower pace, but it is strong, it is stable. Anything to add to this message for group 1, please and thank you. Nice. For some of you, there's some kind of a contract, a union, a marriage, a deep commitment, a lease, living with somebody here, some kind of a stable creative union, even something like that here. This feels like it was at play in the past, actually. I don't know if you've released this and you're moving on, or if this is something that will actually end up helping you. But this is a part of the path here. Why are you showing this? What does this mean for them? What does this mean for them? Please and thank you. Okay, there's something about this helping to gain some kind of recognition, spotlight energy, or to motivate you to move towards what you love authentically. Okay, there's also something about you being given a gift here, given love, given some kind of emotional offer. Okay, a lot of offers coming towards you here, a lot that is being offered. If something didn't work out with this agreement in the past, I feel like it's still going to assist you on your way forwards. Just having that acknowledgement or something is something that you can utilize, where it's like this will pay off at some point. Again, it could help redirect you, or it could help give you more of a spotlight here, or it could make other people want to give you offers. Okay, there's something about that that is more useful maybe than it seemed, or there is something that wants to come in. You may not need to do something under an agreement. If you got out of an agreement or something, you may not need to do, you can still make it happen without that, okay? So take it where it resonates for you. The messages, it's like there's 3 different messages with this commitment thing here. For some of you, it also has to do with a marriage or something like this. You've got water and earth and fire here quite strongly. They're also saying rest, meditate, don't stress out. Reflect. This will actually help your ideas. It'll help your reflection. It'll help your clarity. It will help you. Okay. Busy work isn't necessarily what's needed. You can't rush certain things or force certain things to happen before their time. So just rest, meditate, rejuvenate, pray, thought work, all that stuff, whatever makes sense for you. When you feel called to do so, try not to force or fight or rush that feeling, because that feeling is there for a reason. And when you fully give in to that rest or that reflection, it can do a lot for you. Okay, so group 1, that's what we have for you. Please remember that personal readings, the only way to get them is to email us, okay? frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com. All of the information is below. If somebody ever reaches out to you that's not honest, watch out for that. So much love to you guys. Good luck here. Hello and welcome, group 2. All right, let's go ahead and see what your message is. Interesting. All right. This feels like a little bit of... So the Chariot for me is all about inspired action, and it's reversed. Inspired, balanced action, like towards our dreams, towards our inspiration, our intuition, our desire, that kind of a vibe. It's like that real movement forwards. Even when we don't see forwards, that spirit guides us, that move, or that intuition guides us in a sense. So when we see it reversed, it kind of feels like it's not time for something yet. And when you've got the Emperor next to it, it's feeling like a kind of a structure of control or rigidity. This could either be you existing within a structure of control or you implementing a structure of control. It could also be somebody that you're connected to, that you're dealing with, like a partner or something like this, a boss, a father energy, dad, somebody like this, that is sort of, in a sense, hindering that movement or that motion, but not hindering it in a way that you're, off your right path or something. It's a part of the path, okay? So going through that kind of an experience would be part of your path. So you don't need to worry and stress and be like, oh no, they're in the way of something, But I do feel there is some kind of control here that it needs to be there until it doesn't, basically. Let me get a little more on this for you guys. There's also a little bit of like tension, resistance, friction. Things aren't totally in flow at the moment, and it could be because of that control. Like we're trying to control things, or somebody's trying to control things that can't be controlled. And like that's kind of interfering with the flow of something here. Anything to add to this message for group 2, please and thank you. Anything to add to this message for group 2, please and thank you. Interesting. Some of you have gone through a transformation here. You've gone from being really looking at the past and feeling very emotional about things, very intuitive in a sense, and very, even had like resentment or this kind of an energy too, feeling very fiery and feisty and inspired and ready to move forwards towards your happiness and kind of forget about the past. You almost have a guardianship against the past, or from things that have happened in the past here, allowing you to just move forwards without the burden. For others of you, there's some kind of a water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, feminine, that you're disconnecting from, or is somehow disconnected from this situation that you find yourself in here. And there's a fire energy, whether that's you or somebody else, that is present. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, female energy or feminine energy here. This could be an entrepreneur as well, a business owner. You could have gone from dreaming of something to happen to taking charge to make it happen. You could have been inspired by that Emperor energy to move into that, spot in your life, instead of like being very watery and waiting for things to happen, or kind of going with the flow and being super intuitive. You've learned to implement how to take charge more, because you've been dealing with that Emperor energy, whether it's a structure or a person, an authority in your life somewhere who's been very controlling. And actually, even if that could be hard, what you're doing is you're implementing something that needs to be integrated into the person that you are, basically, to make you feel more whole and to make you, to kind of help you go towards what it is that you want to go towards. So what would happen is, through this process, eventually, what you would see, if this is energy that you're implementing, you would see Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands upright, with the Chariot upright, which would be those two forces integrated and helping you move forwards in a balanced way. But first, it's like you've had to learn this lesson from this system of authority or this person, and how to, it's kind of like a kick in the butt here, okay? And that's not for all of you. For some of you, you're dealing with a situation where this is like a partner, this Emperor, and there could have been, another energy or something here. Let's get a little more for group 2. on this message. Please and thank you. Yeah, for some of you, this is a relationship. You should know you've got new love here, okay? This could be renewed love, so a deeper sense of love, okay? Or it could be a new love altogether. I see a lot of fiery energy, so some of this fiery movement is bringing you towards that, that love. And I'm also seeing a lot of beautiful, with the Ace of Cups, emotional beginning, gifts that are being given as well. Release, outpour, letting go, to let flow, to let in, but then combined with all of that inspiration. You could be having a lot more sensual interaction moving forwards into the near future here. A lot of that going on. Physical exercise in a sensual way, you know, that could really be happening here. Anything else to add for group 2? A lot of you, you're always in the right place at the right time, even if it doesn't feel like that. So watch for those reminders, okay, that you are, because you are. Your intuition is very strong. It knows where it needs to be and when it needs to be there. You're either having some strong water in your chart or dealing with water energy. And then fire is, you know, like I said, present as well. But I feel like if in the past, however, if you were running into just sensual connections or people that were more focused on that, now it's going to be more, it's going to have that element, and there's going to be all that physicality, but there's going to be more emotional depth behind it. And that's partly because of whatever process you've been going through where you've integrated something. Some of you are just attracting as well. You're attracting this authority in, or this counterpart in, kind of this perfect counterpart. You're pulling that and magnetizing that to you through your emotions, through your thoughts, through your actions towards self and towards happiness. You know, you're not necessarily pursuing or in pursuit of that kind of connection. It's just coming to you naturally, okay? I feel like there's a lot more relief, release, and happiness, less labor coming up for you guys as well, or present here. And feeling more clear and more certain is also here for you guys, okay? Anything else to mention? Just to affirm, like try to affirm to yourself, you know, that your intuition is strong, that you're always in the right place at the right time, that you're just where you need to be. Telling yourself that, believing that, feeling that, it's true, and it will create more of that, okay? I think some of you have decided to really, you've been broken into a point, not broken literally, but like a breakthrough to where you're ready to look for your happiness here, or to explore what makes you happy, to explore outside of the box, kind of that vibe. And so you're attracting, you know, that in as well as you're doing that. Very nice energy here. Nice breakthrough energy, nice transformational, transitionary energy as well. Everything, remember, has its process. So once this process has done what it needs to do and integrated things, you're going to feel that full blast forwards that you might have been looking for, that full, complete, you know, inspiration, green light thing. Okay, and then also the feminine fire energy is a very helpful presence here. So if that's not you, it's somebody that's helping you, okay, or it's somebody that it can be very helpful to you. All right, that's what we have for you guys, group 2. Remember, you can always email us for personal reading inquiries. All of the information is in the description box below. All right, take care. Hello, group 3. All right, let's go ahead and see what your message is here. You've got the Sun in reverse with the 8 of Cups in reverse. You could be feeling like things are very unclear with the Sun in reverse, or like something the light hasn't been turned on something completely. So it's like you're not able to fully detach from it, or to walk away here emotionally, or to go on an internal quest emotionally, as the Eight of Cups can represent that. Maybe you're just not feeling strong on an emotional level right now, because it's like you're waiting for the sun to rise. You know, you're waiting for it to rise on a situation or on your life, and to get some kind of clarity on it before, you know, you feel that it can be time for you to walk on, or move in that internal quest here. I feel like there's a lot of friction maybe, or resistance, if you were to try, and maybe you have, but to try prematurely, it's like you're just waiting for that. Some of you also, you could be waiting for happiness, okay? You could be waiting for happiness to kind of come up and knock on the door, to just naturally come and find you, in a sense. Let's get some more for group 3. Anything else for group 3? Please and thank you. Group 3. Some of you, there could have been some kind of a divorce, breakup, separation from an air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or somebody who is very logical, masculine energy. Could have been a boss as well. Could have been somebody who's very scheduled, organized, logical, somebody like that. They could have been a bit older than you here. But there could have been some kind of a separation, distance. I'm getting age gap for some of you, but something like this that has kind of maybe created some of that, or contributed to some of that gloom energy, or some of that, you know, lack of clarity, or that even stagnation or stuckness, in a sense. What else for group 3 here? You could have fallen out of love here. Your dream of something, or your desire, your excitement about it could have felt, I don't know why I hear harrowed. I don't even know what that would mean here. But it could have felt halted. It could have felt interfered with. Sorry guys, just close the door there. Get a little quieter in here. So some of that could have felt hindered or interfered with. That beginnings energy, that lighthearted kind of energy, the vibe of, you know, feeling in love with something, or new beginnings, feeling lighthearted. What else here for group 3? Some of you had a trip planned that you never got to take, or that was messed up somehow, or that was haphazard somehow, or some of you are wondering if that will happen or will not happen. It could be with that air energy, or that logical energy that we're seeing here. For others of you, I feel like you could have been using a situation unconsciously or consciously as some kind of mental escape, escapism kind of vibe, and maybe you don't have that right now, to kind of like escape with that love, or to escape with that energy, and maybe that's been really challenging, okay? Maybe there's been some kind of a distance with that. What else for group 3? Is there a message? What is their message? I feel like right now it's just acknowledgement. I'm getting this word acknowledgement. You might just need acknowledgement, group 3, of what's happening. Maybe even a reminder of what has happened, so you're not maybe being too hard on yourself or too in your head. Things, you know, processes and things, sometimes they just take time. Sometimes we need time to understand and to move through what we go through, you know. Some of you could have traded, like, instead of, you might have like settled for a job or a situation that kept you more secure in some ways, but not as happy. There could have been an unpredictable factor or an unknown about something that you were trying to build in the past, okay? The finances could have been hidden. If it's not money, this could have been about a relationship, okay? Because the Pentacles is about our physical. Could also be another physical aspect, but some kind of a relationship or a connection. Could also be dealing with an earth energy feminine here, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, okay? But I feel like you've weeded out something that was a lot of labor, that maybe felt like it wasn't coming together, working, or was hidden or uncertain. And instead, in this energy where there's more certainty in some ways, or more organization, but there's a sadness. There's a sadness about the past, or some kind of a void here, a void and a reflection. Okay, on that void in a sense. Like something could feel like it's missing. I do also feel here, besides that, that there's actually a very positive energy or message about money and about resources. Like, especially if you are a feminine presenting energy, female presenting energy here, like you are definitely independently creating like independent wealth or independent, like your own independent stability here with your resources. That could actually be part of what's so hard is you could be creating that. And it could be that you really kind of felt like you fell in love with somebody here. For no other reason than just love itself, you know. You didn't need them or anything or need something. You just fell for them. And there could be a real deep like sadness or feeling of separation or loss or rejection that makes it hard to access that happiness. It won't be for everyone. Could also just feel a bit stagnant with where you're at. Anything else here for group 3? Please and thank you. Well, that's nice energy. So this is the opposite of being stagnant. But there's that sadness again. It's hard for you to walk on from something. Now, 6 of Wands is nice. It's being recognized. It's being in the spotlight. It's being acknowledged, okay? It's also moving towards love, something you love or are passionate about. The passion is being very protected as well. It's also that moving towards you, okay? One or the other. I feel like you are inspired to move towards love. You do have a spotlight energy here. But then there's this sadness that comes in, this disempowerment, these disempowered thoughts, this, yeah, but look what happened last time, or look what happened there. There's kind of a feeling of being helpless. But the reality is that the outcome is everything that you dreamed. It's all the dreams and more. Especially if you really let it be that, if you give that room to exist. I actually see here that a hope, a wish, a dream, and the counterpart is absolutely able to be born of this whole process here. If you wished for someone or something here, you are going to get that wish. Okay? This process that you've had to go through of sadness, feeling very disempowered, feeling down and out, all of this energy that we're seeing, that is not forever. But I do hear be brave. When inspiration strikes and you feel like it's time to go for it, go for it. Don't make any excuse, just go for it. Especially if this is connected to your hopes, wishes, dreams. There is some kind of a helpful authority or energy or person. It feels like it could be a partner. It almost feels like you could be coming into line with the Emperor rather than the King of Swords, which the Emperor could be like the ultimate counterpart for you in this particular reading. Anything else for group 3? Please and thank you. Yeah, this is nice. You could be getting some kind of an offer, being made an offer of love here. Yeah, a lot of heartbreak, heartache, sadness being acknowledged in your reading for sure. But you could be getting offered some kind of love, some kind of gift, something like that here. You could feel a bit stubborn at some point, like, you know, you're happy or content on your own and you don't want somebody to mess with that. Could also just be letting you know that you are going to find, you know, 9 of Cups is very content. It's very independently content, independently happy. You are going to find emotional contentment, fulfillment, and some form of happiness again, okay? Some things just take time. if there was one message I would say for group 3, is that some things just take time. It's okay. Try to remind yourself you're doing the best that you can. It was not, nothing here is your fault. Okay, especially when we talk about the actions of others. Things have to go the way they need to go, and the way that they have to go. All right? All right, group 3, that's what we have for you. We send you a lot of love. Personal reading information is below in the description box below. All right, remember that. All right, take care. Hello and welcome, group 4. All right, let's go ahead and see what your message is. King of Cups in reverse. Okay. This could be about a separation, distance, break up from a water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, masculine presenting energy here. It could also be you're dealing with somebody or have been dealing with somebody or maybe no longer are dealing with someone who really just hasn't been emotionally mature, okay? Yeah, this could be no longer wanting to move towards someone or feeling overlooked, not really feeling the love or the passion or the motivation towards a person here. Could be if they showed you that they're really emotionally immature, that could be part of that turnoff or something. Could also just feel overlooked. I'm really getting that word overlooked in. Yeah, some of you, there's some kind of rejection, scarcity. Somebody could have a lack of resources or not really be financially secure. Could also be that you went through some kind of rejection or lone venture or something connected to an earth energy or somebody who is quite wealthy here. Clarify this, please. So you've got these two people in a way. I'm seeing the Pisces, earth energy masculine, water energy masculine. You've got some kind of limitation here, being left out in the cold, rejection or lack of resources. You've got a move here in the past or a completion of a cycle here in the past. The earth energy or this wealthy person, it's very abundant energy. They're looking towards the future. Ironically, you're also, though, moving towards the future in kind of a limited energy here. But you're just almost at the tail end of this limitation. Whatever this limitation is, if it's been restriction financially or living, or if it's just literally feeling rejected, feeling left out in the cold, abandoned, looked over, you're almost done with that. You're almost out of that. It almost feels like this era or this process, once it lifts, all of a sudden you'll get the green light to align with this very emotionally mature energy, perhaps literally a water sign, and to kind of get that green light forwards, like, let's go. Being in the spotlight, being recognized, moving forwards towards passion, towards what you love, moving towards love moving towards you. Kind of like a victorious, can't fail, like just total victory energy. But it's like it feels like you are in this in between, like a passage, or you have this passage to go through. Okay. Before, this is like the intuition, the mysticism, the strong knowing, the completion of a cycle, still looking back at the past, meeting this energy that kind of bridges you forwards in a way. Let me get some more here for you guys for group 4. Hermit in reverse. That could either be Virgo energy that you're moving away from or you've moved away from in the past, or it could be a time where you're becoming more, you've done all the collecting and the introspection that you need to do. And now it's time for you to take what you've discovered in that and found in that and move forwards with it. Kind of rebuild or redevelop a passion here, or bring it out into the light, into the known. Or it's like you're carrying that knowing with you. But it's like the gate hasn't lifted for everything to run forwards yet. Some of you have a younger or a youthful fire energy that really wants to come towards you here. And perhaps a logical energy, maybe a bit older, or an air sign. You have a lot of people interested in you, or who are about to be interested in you. This could be your whole life. This could be, more current, but it definitely feels like there's a lot of interest, a lot of different people that you're dealing with here. The big message I would get out of this for you guys is to know that whatever kind of limitation or scarcity that you or even someone around you is facing, this passage that you're going through, it is temporary. And you are coming out the other side of that. Okay? I mean, I don't know where all of you are in this journey. I guess some of you could be back where you're still trying to close out a cycle and move forwards. It's possible. But I feel like most of you are here in this process, and you're coming out of this limitation, or you're processing the rejection. You're processing the feelings of low self-worth, or feeling left out in the cold, or not having enough. Like you're getting beyond that and through that, You may find you don't need the things that you thought you needed out of the other end of this process as well. Yeah, in the past you could have dealt with, trying to get ahead at all costs, or somebody who was like this, somebody who was in a very fear-based mindset. Could have even been an energy of betrayal, or you could have partaken in this, whatever this is, you've experienced that. There's a lot of past energy coming through in this reading, a lot that's coming forwards that happened in the past. Okay, so all of this journey, it wants to be acknowledged somehow. In the past, you may have not gotten the truth, or it may have been challenging to share your voice or to share your truth. Things could have moved very slow, maybe around this earth energy, or around offers, or around some kind of money here or something. Some things that you may have left behind in the past or forgotten were like new ideas, or different pathways that were possible for you. Or things that happened in a relationship with an earth energy when you were younger. Like there could be different things in the past here that you've needed to process, or that have made things not move like you want them to move. Like it's not like things are just not moving in certain ways, or not going the way you want them to because you're not enough or something. It's that there's constantly been things happening here, one thing after another. And it's like, you're finally going to come to a place, I feel, where you've also traveled through like a very lonely time. And it's like you finally come to, the word that they're giving me is development. You finally come to a place where there's like a development that has occurred. And you're ready to, what I view as ready to expand. There's so much in the past, okay? There's so much in the past that has happened. Your past has been very full. This is something that you've had to, it's not the right word to say conquer, but it is the word that I get. It's like you've had to conquer this cluster FU in the past. And I don't want to swear on the YouTube video, but it's like you've really had to conquer that cluster F. All this reading wants to do is talk about the past. And I almost feel, I understand that there's a reason it needs to be acknowledged, but I almost feel like why aren't we at all focused though on the future, I don't know, this past, it's do what you need to do about it, reflect, look, see, acknowledge, validate, understand, recognize that, free yourself from beating up on yourself because of low self-worth, or because you feel like you're not enough, or because you don't have enough, or whatever, and look at what you've come from. Look at how much has been here. And you don't have to do this in a poor me way, but just acknowledge, yeah, that made things tough. That's a reality, but here we are now. Man, is there anything that you could say about the future for group 4? I No, it still doesn't want to talk about the future. I mean, it wants to talk about this transition. It wants to say everything that it's been, it's all being used in this ginormous transformation, this ginormous transition. Also, you know how they say, like, when you die, like, your life flashes before your eyes? There is a metaphorical or a spiritual kind of like death and rebirth that I feel taking place. And I feel that a lot of, if you feel like you're reflecting a lot and going back into the past a lot, like it looks like you are, or like just randomly things are coming up, it's kind of part of that reflection to lay things to rest. It's like before the transition happens here. Okay? Why is the Two of Pentacles reversed? Please and thank you. Why is the Two of Pentacles reversed? Please and thank you. It seems like there's quite a bit of confusion as well. I mean, it could be here on my end, but I feel like it's in the energy. There's some kind of confusion that you're having about the past as I read this. And like what actually happened, or like how everything fits together. And this, I feel like the main confusion is like how you view your own self. Also something with expectation here. Let's just clarify. So your main energy was the King of Cups in reverse. Let's just clarify here. It's like this King of Cups in reverse, it sets something off for you guys too. This energy, it means something. It's like it set off a whole process, and I'm getting the word revelation with it. Whether you know that or not, it's like it's just there. Anything else to say for group 4? Please and thank you. Clearly. More past energy. This is talking about the up and down with depression, sadness, grief, loss. The up and down, the back and forth, or like the constant stream of like melancholy. Even if you're not down in the dumps 24/7 for the whole past years of your life or whatever, like there's still that energy that's always lingering, or it's always, resurfacing or something. What else for group 4? So I'm just not going to fight it anymore because it's clearly all about the past for you guys. There's also something where you never got the move that you wanted to get in the past, or, this cycle. It's like you just feel like you've been in it forever, or you've been caught in something forever here. Maybe you keep waiting for something to finish, but it doesn't. Oh, look, more past energy. Again, there's this air energy in the past, or this very logical masculine energy here in the past. They could have expected a lot from you. They could have expected you to give a lot. Maybe they were a boss or a parent or a partner or just somebody you're connected to that expected you to give a lot. And I feel like that drained inspiration and movement at times, or it made it where things just didn't move quickly, or it felt like that anyways. They're either in air energy, sun, moon, or rising, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, or they're just, again, very logical, kind of rigid persons. They could have had strong arms. I'm really noticing the arms on that guy there, or just particular arms, long arms or something. There's a lot of psychological wounding and mistrust and weird things with boundaries. You could have literally broken your arm as well when you were younger. For some of you that's here, just putting that out there. But there's like a lot of this vibe going on in the past. Could also be And it's affecting you, you know, it's been affecting you. It's affecting you now, or it's been affecting you. It could also be that there's been wounds around receiving. You've been expected to give a lot. Somebody is receiving here, but your reception has been wounded. And that's from probably things that have happened that have hurt your trust or hurt your psychological world, okay, that have hurt you in that way. Could also have made it hard to receive help with your passions, or to feel like you can receive, you know, more. Yeah, I feel like what is, okay, so we're getting somewhere. What has really been out of balance is receptivity. It's been really hard to receive for you. And that can be hard to even recognize that sometimes. I know I have troubles with that. But think about when somebody gives you something, okay, like a compliment. Or, you know, tells you something like lovely about yourself, or tries to help you. It doesn't mean that you can't receive that, or that you don't, but there's a difference between, like, you know how they say, like, there's a difference between like hearing and listening. It's kind of like that. There's a difference between like allowing that to happen, or saying thank you, or, you know, whatever, like, and from actually really feeling okay about receiving, you know. And there's a lot of heartbreak that's going on in the past here for things that were just super unjust and super out of balance and unfair. I actually feel like there's like a parent or a person or a partner or somebody that you dealt with in close quarters that they didn't know how to be balanced with giving and receiving. And they were psychologically kind of backwards or something here. Or things were just really tricky. What you went through was really hard. And so it's like you've now inherited, or you've learned, or you've, you know, that's become a reality for you. Remember, all things can be healed. All things, everything can be healed. Okay, it all is in the mind. So the mind can be healed as well. The way we perceive and look and view, especially by exposure to healthy informations that help us think of things differently and help us rewire our brain. And you can know what healthy exposure is because it makes you feel good. There's nothing wrong with feeling good. There's not, you know, it's not a bullshit scam because it makes you feel good, you know, mentally. Like, there's a lot of things. I mean, there are some things that, you know, make you feel good mentally that maybe aren't the best, but there's information out there that you know, can find, that you can be guided to, that is absolutely amazing for you because it empowers your mind, your mindscape, and you feel that, you know. Some information's hard to hear at first and it makes you feel a little weird, but it actually, at the same time, there's a good thing about it, or there's a hunger for it because you know it's breaking boxes down that need to be broken down. So no, it doesn't always feel amazing to get the information we need to get, but you know, there's a lot of potential and possibility here for you to move beyond, okay? But first, we need to understand what's taken place here, and I feel like that's where the reflection on the past especially is concentrated for group 4. Wow. Whoever got group 4, this one's more intense than all the other groups. You guys have been through a lot. And somehow you're going to need to be brave and strong as much as you've always been. And you can do it again. And you're going to have to learn how to do this and how to release through receiving. And to let yourself move forwards into that ascension. Okay, and I'm speaking on ascension of like just moving into a better life, basically. Something that makes you happier. Because there's a lot still about the past that's been hard to let go of, that's just not clear. Even look at this. She's gazing out at the past with what looks like a crystal ball in her hand. And the crystal ball, is it clear? No, it's foggy. It's not clear. It hurts, you know. But eventually our pain pulls us down so hard that we rise up for ourselves and release it. And realize that we don't want to carry it anymore. We don't want to give that away anymore. Give that power away anymore. Anyways, you guys, everything can be healed. And that's what you're doing. Let your process unfold naturally. Acknowledge and validate yourself as much as you need to. Just don't drown yourself in your stories of your pain. Deal with them, but then move forwards and make something better for yourself, okay? Really. Find your balance. Receive. Find a way to receive. Find a way to rewire that mind and reprogram that, and to find your self-worth again and define what it is to receive again, okay? You're almost there. You guys are almost there, all right? All right, we send you lots of love. If you guys want a personal reading, all of our information is in the description box below. But until then, take care of yourselves.